Welcome to Sampstra Games, the place to find new strategy games, and our time is up. What? But we've only just started. We have to get better time management, and that is what this game is about. It's called Time Management with the deck building twist. Now, it also has a very heavy in storytelling and has some really interesting features that I definitely want to talk to you about. It's called Dark Miasma. It comes out on the 17th of October, and I was lucky enough to get a key to be able to play it to you before that, so big thank you to the developer. And let's start a new game. It's going to be called Sampstra, and we're going to be playing as a female. We'll be born in spring, for example. So in the normal difficulty, that was what was intended. And first thing I want to talk to you are heirlooms. So what this game does, and it's pretty amazing, gives you sort of like a built-in save feature, which is interesting. It normally saves when you leave the game, you don't have to worry about it. But when you sort of get to sort of like an interesting point in the game, and then your character dies, you get this specific heirloom. Even if your character doesn't die, it's just if you get into an interesting point in the game, you get an heirloom. And then the next character, if you pick the heirloom, you can start from that specific point, and it will sort of like retell the story that you've played with your characters as if it was happening to your current character. So, which we'll see in a moment. I will read you the retelling. We didn't have to go through it again, so I think that's amazing. So we can sort of like keep moving further with your new characters, which is fantastic. So we got the guard recruit armor. So because I've played a little bit of bidding, the reason why we're starting here is because we can get to combat much faster. And we started from the beginning, or after the Tattered Cape, it would take us a little bit longer now. Also, because I've gotten to the guard recruit, I've unlocked all the passable lineage that we can have. If you're early on, for example, your mother won't be able to be an assassin. So you pick what your mother and father is, and that together will create your stats. Now the stats are super important. It will also determine your inventory. So that's super, super important. So we're going to start this off with, for example, the mother being a witch. And the father being... Actually, we're going to make the mother a druid. And the father is going to be a curt wizard. Now, if you look at the finalized, you can see our actual stats. For example, here you can see that we're fantastic with magic. That's 70. 10 is the lowest you can get. So we're really rubbish in strength, intelligence, and all stuff like that. But we're great on magic. We're also very good when it comes to wind magic and earth magic. And not so good with light and dark. And fairly okay with fire and water. Very bad defense. So when enemies hit us, they're going to hit us hard. So that's something we want to work on. And then we have inventory. So these are cards that you use in combat, and how much of a damage this card does depends then on specific stats. So for example, if you're going to throw stones at the enemy, it depends on your earth skill and on your magic skills. When it comes to breeze, it's wind and magic. So you want to, the more stars, the more effect it has on this kind of attack. Also, the more stars, the better. So Spark is always going to do less damage than Fireball, because Spark is like half star. This is like 1.5 star. So you want to make sure that the inventory you have is sort of appropriate to the abilities you have. For example, in my test run, I've had the mother be an assassin and the father was a soldier. So if you look at my skills, I had really good skills for like sword, but very bad skills for strength. However, the inventory was mostly giving me things that were dependent on the strength of the enemy. So that was a really bad combo. So you really want to make sure that you combine it sort of in a way that's pretty good for you. Another thing we could look at is if the mother was a priestess and not a druid, how would that affect our abilities? For example, you could see we would already get a little different inventory. Have some drizzle guts, but sort of more healing, a little bit holy touch, which allows us, I guess, light attacks. And our stats, we would be much worse at magic, but we have a great charisma. So I don't want to do that, but I just want to tell you that it's really important to play around with this because you can get some really good stuff. So we're going to go back to druid and court wizard. And, you know, so he was a wizard. He was kind of looking around the world, sort of searching for other witches. And then he met this beautiful druid and he fell in love. And then I happened. So let's start. I'm going to create our character. So this is where the retelling happens. Normally we would sort of have a conversation with these guys, but before we already did it with my previous character, we're just gonna go quickly over what happened. While aimlessly wandering the roads, you chance upon two demons, the Harbinger and his pinky-eared lackey. They inform you that the town of Galeport will be destroyed. Come to the Thinning Veil Festival in 2 years' time, so it is up to you to save as many people as you can. You follow the lord to Galeport and are set upon by a pack of vicious wolfhounds. You can actually win against, though it's like insta-kill for you. Luckily for you, Captain Boris of the Galeport town guard arrives and drives them off before they turn into the next meal. So he's my knight in a shining armor. Thank you for saving me. You're soon according to the teleport down guard. Your mission is to gain the trust of the townsfolk, safely leading as many of them as possible to Raisike distant capital. So essentially, we spoke with the demons, and the demons sort of gave us a task. They told us to go. They told us that they will attack the Galeport in 2 years, which is this town where we're going to go to, and they told us to save as many people as possible. Okay, and everybody in this kind of world hates demons. Also, when it comes to witches and wizards, the people don't seem to like them too much, but they don't like kill them immediately like demons. This is where the time management part of the game begins. So you have a weekend and you have a work week. During the work week, you get to do different kind of jobs, which will mostly give you gold, but also it will increase your stats, which is the more important thing. During the weekend, you can talk to different people and you can also go to combat. Now, before we go to combat, I want to sort of increase my stats, get a little bit better. So what I'm going to start off with is I know that if we go over here... Now, I've also unlocked all the people here because of the previous playthroughs. You might need to go and talk to them first. So here we can do something called spell weaving. I'm going to show it to you, even though we can't do it yet. We need to have intelligence for that, but once we get that, we will be able to go and actually craft new spells. So that's definitely something what we want to work on. So during the week, we'll want to increase our intelligence and that kind of abilities to work on that. So we're going to go here and talk to Samuel, because he's sort of like the resident wizard. After finishing your guard duties for the day, decide to visit Samuel at the library. When you arrive at the library, you find it devoid of movement. Decide to call out to Samuel to see if he's there. Hello, Samuel? Are you in here? After a moment, you hear the sound of footsteps as Samuel scampers out from one of the carved aisles of books. Sampstra, what can I help you with? I just dropped by to say hello. Your free time must be limited, being with the town guard and all. I suppose I should be honored that you would spend your precious moments on me. But unfortunately, I'm currently in the middle of a delicate experiment. Unless you would care to lend me your aid, I could teach you a thing or two about magic in the process. Absolutely. Splendid. Follow me to my laboratory. Samuel leads you to the back of his library to a wall stacked end to end with bookcases. Samuel reaches his arm between two shelves and after a moment you hear a loud click. Samuel withdraws his hand from the gap and the bookcase slowly turns to reveal a hidden passage. The old hide your secret workshop behind a bookcase so you're not dragged off and burned for being a witch technique work as long as I can remember. Practicing magic is one thing, but crafting new spells can be a little bit too occult for some. Samuel leads you down a short tunnel to his laboratory. The room is dimly lit and filled with many types of magical reagents and equipment. I expect you not to tell anyone about this secret, though truth to be told, I suspect that half the town already knows about my laboratory by now. It's amazing. As far as most renegades wizards workshops go, I'd like to think mine is above average in quality, but the most impressive part by far is my Fate Loom. Fate Loom? You have never heard of Fate Loom before? Oh, I suppose that should be expected of Arasakni, and no offense. His Fate Loom allows the spell weaver to spin the threads of fate into magical spells, just as traditional loom could be used to make blankets, so we can make new spells here. I was in the process of weaving a new spell when you arrived. I'll show you how the Fate Loom works while I finish and then see if you have an aptitude for the machine. So he channels it, he tries to do something, but nothing happens. He's gonna shake his head and say, oh well, I suppose I can only wait to see if there are any long-term effects. They're not, spoiler alert. So Sampstra, how would you like to give the old loom a spin? Oh, I definitely want to try. Sure. Splendid. Now try to channeling your magic on the loom, visualize the threads and everything around us and imagine weaving them together to create a new coherent whole. Try to picture what Samuel described in your mind and channel your magic into the Fate Loom. Your eyes glaze over and you enter trance-like state as you follow the magic flowing around you. You're suddenly snapped to your senses by Samuel grabbing your arm. Wow, a lot of potential there. This is the most interesting development. So how do you like to be my apprentice? Absolutely. Craft my own spells? Really? It's quite easy once you get the hang of it, especially if you can get your hands on elemental crystals. So what do you say to become my apprentice? Yeah, count me in. Yes, please. Be an honor. I look forward to teaching you everything I know. Drop by during the week if you want to help with my research, and the loom is free to use on the weekends if you want to try your hand at spell weaving. Increasing your magic skills could also be a boon, but I would have to charge you for classes during the week. It's okay. Alright, so we're going to say goodbyes and we're going to move on. Now this is going to allow us to learn things with him, so we can learn magical research, which is going to give us magic, intelligence, and stamina. Also elemental training, which is going to give us magic and all of these abilities, which is really, really cool. So we definitely want to work on that. Now, it starts Monday, so now we can start doing things that will increase our abilities. So I'm going to go with magical research first, I think. It's going to increase my magic, intelligence, and stamina. Actually, no, we're going to go to library assistant because that increases my intelligence quite a bit. So hopefully we can do that. So this up here, we're doing everything badly. It's going to tell you how badly or well you're doing things. So we get intelligence plus 14. Unfortunately, we need 15 to get to 30. So we're going to have to do this one more time, but that's okay. We also get some money and we get some job experience. Eventually, if you finish the job experience, you can get promoted and then you're going to do harder tasks, but it's going to give you more money and more benefits. You also get stress, which is this blue thing over here. Stress is really bad in combat, so we want to get rid of it, but otherwise it's kind of okay. So it's Saturday, so again we can start talking to some people or do stuff. So I think I'm going to visit Samuel again, and we're going to talk to some of the other people. After you finish your guard duties for the day, you decide to visit Samuel at the library. When you arrive, you see Helen leaving the library. Helen is the woman who works in the graveyard. Greetings, child. What brings you to the den of heresy and wonder? I'm visiting Samuel. Oh, you aren't getting all mixed up with that man's spell weaving, are you? Sammy's sweet like pinch berries, but if you aren't careful, you end up with the worse than a stomach ache. What do you mean? The man plays with curses. Darkness spreads like a disease, and I don't want to have to take care of another cursed soul. And walks away loudly humming to herself. That was odd. Helen isn't usually like that. To the library and sees Samuel holding a vial filled with strange-looking mixture. He quickly drinks the contents of the vial. Pain expressions washes over his face. You would think I'd be used to the taste by now, but I need some strong tea to wash it down. Seems like he hasn't noticed you yet. What did you just drink? Oh, we got plus in sneaking. Oh! You frightened me, Sampstra. Please conduct yourself in a less abrasive manner. This potion is a bit of a sensitive topic for me. Oh, sorry about that. I shall not hide my past failings from my apprentice, embarrassing as they may be. You see, I was cursed by a demon many years ago. 50 years ago. Wait, 50? But you look super young. 50? Indeed. The nature of the curse involves me aging backwards. I love that. Which up until recently has not been an inconvenience. In fact, I must admit I've enjoyed my second youth. But I feared that regressing back into my childhood years might make spellweaving problematic. I sought out to help from Helen. She has been providing me with tonic that temporarily halts the curse's effects, but I fear that this solution will not suffice for much longer. Why not? An integral component of the component is demonic essence. It can only be collected by killing demons. Need to be able to slay demons to make that potion? Yep. Apparently Helen was a bit of a demon hunter in her past. Wow, she has a pretty cool past, I think. But her stores of demon essence have been slowly drying up. What will happen if she runs out? I will likely rapidly regress into child, infant, or worse. Then it's up to us to create a spell that can counter the curse? Ah, that's what we were trying to do in your lab? Among other things, yes. Speaking of, would you like to join me in the lab? Yep. We get more, we get the intelligence, which is fantastic. Alright, so now it's Sunday. We could go out, but I want to spend one more day talking to somebody, and then we're going to try to learn more of this elemental stuff, and then, and then we can create new spells. So let's go talk to Bassam. He has the shop, maybe he'll give us some sort of a discount or something, I don't know. After finishing a guard duties for the day, you started to visit the Bassam at the market. As you approach Bassam's guard, you can see Bassam speaking with an unfamiliar man garbed in dark clothing, covering his face with the hood. Ooh. Bassam simply passes the mysterious man a coin pouch. A couple of seconds later, the man walks away at a brisk pace. Walk over to his cart. Who was that man? I think I've seen him around town before. It's not your business, and I would very much appreciate you not prying into my affairs. I just came to talk to you. I'm worried. I'm grateful to you for your concern, but it's nothing to worry about. Now, Fasadil, surely after all your pestering, you're here to buy something. I don't know what Fasadil means. I have a special item with me, one that I was saving to offer to only my most valued customers. Ritual turtle steak. What? I don't want to eat turtle steak. Don't kill turtles. A single bite permanently boosts your endurance. Okay, that might be interesting. 50 gold coins for increasing... Let's try 25. 50 sounds a little steep. How about 25? Sampstra, do not haggle with Fasadil. For a stranger, I would have charged 100 coins. Oh. Don't worry, Fasadil. You can trust me that I'm always asking for the lowest reasonable price. Fine, we'll buy it. I'll take it. You get 12 endurance. That's actually pretty cool. Thank you for your patronage, Fasadil. Be sure to tell me how it tastes next time you come to buy something. Thanks, Bassam. And if you're in some kind of trouble with that shitty man, please consider asking... Oh, that's me, sorry. Please consider asking for my help. Thank you for your concern, Fasadil. But I can assure you I'm in no trouble, and you may find that I'm much more capable than you think. Say goodbye and I go back. Alright, now it's Monday again, so we can learn our elemental training. We're going to pay 75 gold to increase it. We're very good at that, so we increase quite a bit. And then we're going to make some pretty amazing spells, and plus 49 in earth, 51 in wind. Very amazing. Alright, let's go try to make some spells. So we could make Ember, Drizzle, Breeze, or Slag. Alright. Ember, 1 Fire Star, 1 Magic Star, Drizzle, 1 Water, half Magic, 1 Wind, 1 Magic, and 1 Earth, 1 Magic. So Ember, Breeze, and Slag doesn't really matter. So we need Wind Flakes, Earth Flakes, or Fire Flakes. Alright, let's go buy some. We currently don't have any, but we can go to Bassam's shop to buy one. So let's go. I'm gonna buy some earth flakes, it was? 1, 2 earth flakes, 2 water flakes, and wind? Was it wind? 2 wind flakes. Buy it all. We'll go back to our guy, Samuel, and we're going to get 1 ember. Oh, I don't have that. 1 drizzle. Craft. Drizzle. Water. 1 water, half magic. Affects all enemies in the current way, so you can attack everyone, which is really cool. Deal 50% less magical damage. Soak is removed and become freeze when exposed to chill. So that's pretty cool. So we would like to combine it with icicle, which we can do now. Ooh, icicle. I would need 3 more water flakes. But if I do that after drizzling, it can be really, really cool. So let's go buy some more water flakes. Okay, this is a little bit going to the shop and back and forth, but trust me, it's worth it. Come on, give me all your water flakes. 1, 2, 3. Purchase. Now the spell weaving is actually free, which is very nice. So we're gonna get icicle, autofill. Perfect. We can also do breeze, I believe. Yep. And slag. Unpredictable, 50% chance to deal 50% extra damage, and slag. Perfect. Take 20% less damage, lasts until the start of your next turn. Okay. And I think we're gonna go on Sunday, so let's talk to 1 more person. What is this? Cooking. Hall. Let's go talk to Boris. He's the guy that hired me to do the job. We're gonna talk to him and then we're gonna do combat. After finishing your guard duties for the day, decide to visit Boris in his office. When you enter, you find Boris staring at an unfamiliar board game. His forehead wrinkled and tall. Briefly looks up to you before returning his gaze to the arrangement of intricate wooden pieces atop the checkered board. Echo, do you have anything to report? No, sir. I just finished my guard duties for the day. Then why did you come to my office? Oh, I just wanted to, I can leave if this is a bad time. Boris lets out a heavy sigh and pushes the board game to the side of his desk. Do not bother. My concentration has already been shattered by your interruption. What were you doing? I was trying to solve a problem in this game. Chess. Chess? I've never heard of it. It is a complicated game. I played mostly by nobles, wealthy merchants, other educated folk. They call it the Game of Kings. Yeah, they do. How did you end up learning it? A wise technician with mind that could rival puffed up and versed scholar taught me. His name was Alyosha, captain of the Galeport town guard, my predecessor. Alyosha told me that he won this chess set from a wager with a traveling merchant. He beat the merchant after learning the rules of the game only moments before. That's pretty impressive. Unfortunately, no folk in Galeport care to learn the game but me, and after Alyosha failed in battle, I was left to practice chess alone. I'll learn it. Of course, I tried to teach Penny and Nickel before, but they were uninterested. However, I recently happened upon a book of chess puzzles at the library. Whenever I have a spare moment, I like to take out my chess set and try to solve them. Well, that's interesting. No, they're like chess puzzles. That's pretty cool. I do play chess like normally, like everybody else, but you know. The puzzles are stimulating, but nothing compares to going against one another skilled player. Yeah, teach me. Really? How exciting! Come, sit across from my desk, I will show you the basics. Spend a few hours learning the basics of chess. Afterwards, return to your room for the evening. So oh, I forgot that we have a lot of stress. Okay, you're gonna bear with me if I do the combat next time, right? So we're gonna lower our... Actually, we're not gonna lower our stress, we're gonna lower our stress after the thing. So, it's Sunday, we're gonna talk to 1 more person, and then we're gonna learn 1 more set of magic, and then we will go fighting. And trust me, it's gonna be worth it, because we're gonna learn it to be a little bit better. So let's go talk with, let's go talk with Helen. She's in the graveyard. She knows alchemy and stuff like that, so she could be interesting. After finishing a guard duty, you decide to visit Helen. When you arrive, you see Helen reaching towards a high vine wrapped around a nearby tree. The vine appears to be cold, just out of reach. Help her? Need some help? Do potted herbs need you to sing to them every morning? I have no idea. Maybe, but if it makes you feel better, it doesn't hurt. Oh, okay. I'll help you. So I help her? Wine is hard, it chokes the tree, steals its nutrients. But if the tree dies, so does the wine. Shorts out its foolishness. These mushrooms at the base of the tree, they devour the tree's leaves in the autumn and deposit nutrients into the soil for the tree roots. Both benefit. The mushroom is a better idea than this wine. Now help me pick these mushrooms too. I need them for the salve. You and Helen start gathering the mushrooms together. Why are you out here, child? Shall we have better things to do than waste your time with me? I don't. I like you. You're an interesting person, Helen, and I want to get to know you better. You're more alike than you think, Sampstra. Not so different than the mushrooms and the wine. What do you mean? If you keep coming around here, you'll learn that sometimes my words float without thoughts, coming with getting old, or maybe I tasted one too many bad mixtures. Speaking of, would you like to try a new mixture I've been working on? It could stimulate muscle. Now, I did drink this in my test run, but I do wonder if it's going to give a different result here. I hope not, because it could kill us. It could literally kill us, so let's see. But we're going to drink it, because I'm brave. That's very brave of you. You need to take a risk to succeed. Playing it safe will make you fall into the endless routine that loops until there's nothing left of your soul. What? Here, drink it. Okay. I wonder if it's like chance. Oh, it tastes awful. It takes all of your... Oh, we get 2 strength. Great. And stress. But that's fine. You feel stronger? You didn't die. Some would call it a success. You spent the rest of the day helping Helen. Okay, okay. So now, last time we'll learn this. We'll pay 75 to learn elemental training. We're going to be really, really good with magic and everything else. Then we'll go... Oh, and now we don't have money to go to the bathhouse. I can... let's get a free bath. It's going to lower my stress a little bit. And we're just going to go in combat. Because I just want to show you the combat. Otherwise we would like never go. So we'll go to the Wong Trail, which is like the lowest range. Danger, we can also click somewhere else, but the danger is increased. So we'll go here. Now, we can pick our own deck of cards. So what we have here is the cards we've... I'm also going to add the slag and the breeze that we've created over here. And the icicle. And I'm going to remove some of these rusty blades. Now you have one deck of cards that you can sort of use throughout the whole combat. And if you use up the cards, then you don't get them again. So let's go. You get this sort of a map through which you can move through. If you die in combat, it's not a big deal. You just go back to town. Now we have very high stress, which is pretty bad. But I just wanted to show you the combat already. If you have encountered enemies in your previous runs, you can read about and see how much health they have and that kind of ability. So let's just begin battle. We have 2 bandits. Now we could use the slag, the stone. The stone is a bit stronger than the slag, so let's try to hit the stone against this bandit. Oh, it insta-killed him, which is perfect. Now he's poisonous, but that's okay. Now healing, you can use it's quick, which means that you can use this and use another abilities, but right now we don't need that. So we're going to go with breeze. Oh, we insta-killed him as well, that's great. 2 more, so let's go with gust. No, let's go with another slag. That should insta-kill this guy. Oh, I didn't quite kill him. That's unfortunate. So we're going to use drizzle on them both because it allows me to kill this guy. And I'm also going to heal. I can use one more ability, which is great. And use the... Let's use gust because that's a bit stronger. Oh, we didn't need that. I didn't realize that he has half HP. So good. We got 2 itching potions, 2 earthing potions, and 7 gold. Okay. We're going to continue. Now you can see that we have lost some of the stuff we had, so now we have a little bit less stuff. Wait. I'm not so sure about that one. Okay, Sound Spectre, we should be able to insta-kill it with the gust. Yes, perfect. We get animated remains, which are pretty easy to kill. Let's try slag. Oh, okay, maybe not that easy. We could go with icicle. Let's go with breeze instead. Now, if you get under this thing, which is, this is, like I said, this is determined by your stress, you get a negative effect card. For example, you can get bleeding or other pretty bad stuff. When you got 1 pair, 1 shadow, these are not very good cards. They do very low amount of damage, so you don't necessarily want to put them in your deck of cards. As you pass by a patch of brambles, the sound of panic squeaking catches your attention. A flooper appears to be caught in the thorny brambles and struggling to break free. Leave the flopper in the brambles, untangle with earth magic, cut the free. Let's try to untangle with earth magic. You channel the threads of fate using earth magic to bend the brambles to your will. Before losing the flopper is completely untangled, it scurries off squealing happily. Continue down the trail satisfied with your good deed. And we got extra earth. Now let's do more combat. We're gonna be fighting magical bandits and bandits and stuff. Okay, so it seems like we can always use the whole deck of cards. Okay, that's fine. We'll start this off with the Firebolt and add the main guy because Firebolt should be very, very strong, and this guy usually has a lot of HP, so you can see that his health is super high compared to, for example, the bandits. So we're going to try to if we can insta-kill him because otherwise he hits pretty hard. We can't. It's a bit unfortunate. So let's go with the Gust. Try to finish him off. Great. Gust actually did more damage than the original thing. We'll go with this Gust against this bandit mage. Oh, we insta-killed that. That's great. We're gonna need some healing. We don't have a healing, so we're gonna have to hope for the best. Okay, I don't actually, yeah, I didn't need to heal because you heal between combats, but I did it anyway. You got 1 ember and 2 jabs. You gotta check what that does later on. Okay, we can finish this map, which is great. Reach a cluster of snow maple trees. Their pale blue bark and distinct white leaves glisten in the sunlight. After taking the scenery, a surge of terror courses through your body. Oh, I'm so scared. For reasons you cannot explain, this place makes you feel extremely uncomfortable. Sweat forms on your brow and your knees grow weak. You decide to leave the snow maples and return to the barracks to rest. Congratulations, we have cleared the dungeon. Yeah, we did it. We have 92 weeks before the demons attack, and we can now go and learn stuff. Now we need to do something that's going to give us money. Let's try to be a sales assistant. It's going to give us extra intelligence, which could be pretty nice. Or street performer. Music, charisma, dancing. I'm not good at that. I haven't, yeah. Here we could do, or library assistants. We have intelligence, pretty good. Let's do that. We're going to be better at magic research. Let's do this. Yeah, we're very good at that, so it's going to give us some pretty nice money. Okay, we had 2 days where we were bad, but otherwise we're pretty good. 83 gold's what we get. We're very stressed out, so we're going to need to go to the bathhouse to relax. And lower our stress. Now it's time to go talk to somebody again, or we could do another combat. Can we go to the same area that we just were? Yeah, let's try this one more time. And we can change our deck of cards. So we want to definitely add Ember. Fairy and Shadow pretty bad. Jab is hand to hand. 1 combo. I don't know how good I am at hand to hand. Let me just quickly go back to my map and see. Am I good at hand to hand? No, horrible. Okay, well let's just go. We're gonna try to keep the deck of cards we had with the extra thing. So let's go over here. We'll add, we've already added the stuff. I'm not gonna put the prayer in because I don't think we need it, so let's just embark. Alright, time for another fight. Got some bandits and some bandit mages. Ooh, icicle. I think I'll go with stone at the beefy bandit instead. Ooh, almost killed him. Gas. Seems like a waste though. Does icicle go at everybody? No. Let's try gust if you could kill a mage. Yeah, great. I didn't want to waste it on the beefy bandit. That seemed like a useless thing. I need to use the icicle, so let's use it on this one. Oh, it didn't kill him, but it chilled her at least. Okay, now we need to heal. Use a firebolt on the mage. And finally we shall... Now, so you see, we had less stress than last time. So this skull stress here is a little bit lower than before. We got 1 fire flake, which is great, so we can now make some fire spells. And we got 2 jabs. The jabs, we don't really care about those. They're kind of useless. But, I mean, they're not useless if you're good at hand-to-hand combat. It's just I'm not. Let's use drizzle on them both. Didn't really do much damage, but the icicle now would be great. Not that we need it, but we could use it, you know, to utilize the chill. Yeah, let's use icicle now. Oh, but it's not soaked anymore. Okay. Now chilled. Deal 50% less physical damage. That's pretty good for me. I like it. You got Tattered Fur and Demon Finger. Demon Finger is for darkness. I don't know how good we are with dark stuff, but we could try it out. They pass by a batch of marbles to sound. Okay, so we get... Oh, the same thing as before. Okay. So we can... Let's try to cut him free this time. Okay, we learn sword better. And we lower our stress, which is quite nice. That was the same thing as before. And then my test rounds actually got a different thing. I got like a bandits who were trying to like take a lot of those creatures. And it was actually a really rough fight. So the fact that we didn't get that this time is quite lucky for us. Okay, let's go with the drizzle first, and then we can use the icicle because I want to use the ability. Just the icicle on the animated remains, as that seems rougher. So now they can freeze and they're gonna be stunned for a turn, which is quite cool. Let's use a breeze on this. Nice. So we can see that combining good cards can be very useful. More fire flakes, that's great. And we'll go to the end. Okay, same as before. That's okay. And we did it. We should probably go to a harder dungeon, but you know, I don't want to go too far. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, write down in the comments and let me know if you'd like me to do a longer Let's Play on my second channel. And in the meantime, you can click on the right bottom to watch Dead Monarchy. I'll see you there. Bye bye.